Today I will show you how to create this really cool smoke magic trail combo effect with the flying skull, and also you can change the colors as you can see right here, so you can set any preference that you want, and it's really simple and easy. So without further ado, let's jump straight into Photoshop and let the fun begin. Alright guys, we are here in Photoshop and this is the photo that we will use for today. You can download this photo, the link is down there in the description. And what I did here is just quickly extracted the skull out of the background and placed it on a new document, 16:9 aspect ratio because of the thumbnail, and that's it. So I have a skull here and I have a background, and also I have here a gradient that I will use as a background. So if I double click here, it's just a gradient with let me show you here, dark blue to bright blue color, and the mode is set to, style is set to reflected. It's not linear like it's usually, but it's reflected, and that's it. Alright, so the idea is to create the smoke here and to make it a little bit different colors, to make it glow and so on and so forth. And there are several ways how we can do that. One way is to just go online, pixabay.com, unsplash.com, whatever, and download some free smoke images. Usually they're on black background. You can set them on the screen blending mode and use it like that. Or another way is what I will use today. Let me show you really quickly. You can go on my website and download my Nemanja smoke brush. So it's not this Nemanja's cloud smoke dust brush that I'm using mostly, but it's this set of, you can see here, it's bunch of it, 25 different brushes plus extra that I set as different type of brushes. You will see, so these brushes are regular smoke brushes, there are a bunch of them and you can use them however you want. Also, these extra brushes is for some other effects that I already use in one of my previous tutorials. You can see it on the link right there, but I will also use these brushes because they're really cool for these effects. Okay, so first I will delete this layer. This is a skull and I want to change the skull a little bit. So what I will do here, I will go and first set it to black and white. So black and white, adjustment layer, clip it to affect only the skull. This is it. Also, I want to change the light a little bit, so I will go with the exposure and clip it to affect only the skull and make everything really bright. Alright, and now I will go Control or Command I and use really soft round brush right here, and I will fast forward this moment because I will just create really nice light, like the light is hitting the skull from the front. Okay. Okay, so let me show you the difference. This is before, this is after. Just like there is a spotlight from the front and just one light source from the front, and that's it. And now what I will do, I will go and add hue and saturation adjustment layer, and I can colorize the skull. So I can make it a little bit bluish. Also, we can do something else for the skull, and let me show you here. I can open the mouth a little bit more. So for that I will go to Edit, Puppet Warp, and really easily just set several points to fix the skull, the parts that I don't want to be moved, like this right here, and I will click right there, Alt, and so I wanted to open the mouth a little bit, and maybe I can just, let me see, like that. And it's just a little bit more interesting. And press enter, and this is before, this is after. Really nice. Control Command T, we can rotate it a little bit more forward, but we need to select everything here, and then Control or Command T, and just change the shape a bit. That's perfect. Right, I will group this, Control Command G, and name this skull. Also, to make the skull even more interesting, I can go right here and add this, for example. Okay, put it below the hue and saturation because I will colorize this too, and also put it in soft light blending mode. That's perfect. And the skull has some kind of texture, I really like it. Also, I can go right here and press Control Command L, levels, and with the levels I can go here and see, change how that texture will appear, and we can play with that later a bit, but for now I will leave it like that. Maybe I will do something else, but for me this is really cool. This is before, this is after. Alright, so now let's go and do this smoke part, which is really interesting. It's really simple, really easy, but when I say it's easy, it doesn't mean you don't need to invest time. It doesn't mean that it's fast. It's just simple and easy, but it's a little bit time consuming. So basically I will create a new layer, and every time I create this, every time will be different because of the different brushes that I'm choosing here and different style that I'm creating. So it's completely random. But before we do it, it's time to sponsor for today's video. This episode is sponsored by Skillshare. Skillshare is an online learning community with thousands of online classes that you can use to improve your current skills or learn some new skills. They have a lot of photography and illustration classes, graphic design, freelancing, and much more. For example, you want to step up your photo manipulation game and start learning some 3D softwares like Blender because it's free. Skillshare has some amazing tutorials on how to start Blender, how to model in Blender, how to animate in Blender, and much more. Also, they have some great drawing classes, and if you're a photo manipulation artist, you know that sometimes you need to draw certain things manually, and if you know how to draw, how to sketch, how to shade things, how to draw a hair, an eye, etc., that's really important. You will make your artworks even better, and I really recommend Mima's artwork, Beginner's Guide to Portrait Drawing. In 19 lessons, she will cover all the basic things, and with that class, you will improve your drawing skills a lot. Also, Skillshare is an ad-free, so you can stay in the zone while you're exploring new skills. Also, there are new premium classes launched each week, and there are so many cool things to learn there. So first 1,000 of my subscribers that use the link down in the description or my code Nemanja Sekulic will get 1 month completely free on Skillshare, so you can see if that's something for you, and if you like it, after 1 month you can just continue with the subscription, which is pretty affordable. Alright, so I will use this. I will use 100% opacity here, white color, and just click, and then I will transform it, Control Command T, and let's rotate like this. And this is first part of the smoke that is going from the skull. Then I will create a new layer and just choose the smoke here that I think it's pretty interesting. Maybe this one. Okay, not that one. I mean that one. Right, and put it somewhere here. That's perfect. Also, what we can do, right click, warp, and just warp it. So this is an option too. Don't hesitate to experiment however you think it's cool. And now I will fast forward this because I'm just doing creating new layer, choosing a smoke here, and I'm putting a smoke in the scene. That's it, nothing special than that. Okay, so I have 4 layers. I can group them and name them darker smoke. You will see why, because we will make this dark. And also this last layer, this smoke right here, I can go right there. If I don't like something, I can just create a layer mask and choose one of my custom brushes down here. Okay, let's see this one, for example, make it smaller, and with black I can just make it less dense. So, but it's still like a smoke. I really like this. Okay, so now I will go to this darker smoke group, create hue and saturation adjustment layer, clip it to affect only that, and I can colorize it. And now if I move this, nothing happens. Saturation, nothing happens. Why? Because it's bright. It's 100% white. So what I need to do here is to lower the lightness. And this is cool, but I need to put this to affect the whole group. So like that. Perfect. So let's make this blue. We can make it purple too. We can make it black. So this is like some kind of black ink, but this time I want something like not so saturated, a little bit darker, probably like this. Again, guys, this is completely optional. You can choose any brightness, any color, depends on the background, what kind of background you use. If you use black, it will be different. If you use this kind, it will be different. So for now I will go like this and leave it like that. And now we'll create a bright smoke, and for the bright I will create 1 layer, fill it with the black, create another layer, and create a gradient map. And for the gradient map I will go and invert these two, so white, black, and just create some other colors. This is the effect that I already show you completely from the scratch how to do it. It's called the magic trail effect, and I have a full tutorial on that. You can check it on the link right there. And here I will just quickly run through these settings. So if you want to go step by step and why I'm doing this, you should check that tutorial there. All right, so I will go with something like that. Group these, Control Command G, name bright, smoke. Okay, and set the whole group to screen blending mode. Perfect. And now I will paint on this layer and the layers in between. And what I will do here, again, I will create just something like, let's see if this will be cool. Maybe this, let's see, rotate. And again, it's the same procedure, but this time I'm creating a bit brighter smoke in the middle. So something like this will be cool. And again, I will create a new layer and repeat these steps, and I will fast forward this. Okay, so I will go the first layer, create a layer mask, and repeat this step that I already did with some custom brushes here, like this. But this time, oops, I don't want to go here. But this time I will go to the brush settings and go to transfer and set the pen pressure here, because I'm using pen with the pressure. I want to have this as an option. If you don't use that, if you don't have pen, you can just lower the opacity here and just, you know, erase something like this. Okay, this is the first step. Then what I like to do, this is completely optional, guys. I'm just having fun here. Create another layer in the bright smoke right there. And I will use lasso tool. You can use pen tool. You can use whatever you want. And I will just lasso out this part here. Like this. Okay. And if I don't like this for any reason, I can repeat it. So I don't like it's too big here, so I will just deselect and again go here. Okay, or I can press Alt or Option key and just let's go here and go like this, for example. Or if I want to add, I can press Shift and just go and add this part right there. It's completely optional shape. And here I will go with, let's see, let's go with this brush right there. Yeah, I like it. So I will just paint it here white and leave it like this. Control Command D to deselect. And also I will go with the eye here. Again, the same thing. I will just lasso out this part right there. Okay, and add this a bit by holding Shift. Okay, and just paint here. So I'm just painting the brightness. Lower the opacity and just paint like that. Deselect, and this is really cool. Also, we can add a layer mask and just with the black, you can just paint here. Also, we can use just a regular soft round brush and just brush out 100% opacity and just brush out these parts right there. Okay, perfect. So this is one thing. Another thing is that we can create another layer and just make some kind of a crack here, whatever shape you want. Again, we can just do like this. Perfect. Again, like there's a light inside. And now again, a new layer. And now I will go with these custom brushes here. Let's see this one. Maybe it's not bad. Like that. Perfect. Also, I can erase this. Then I will choose another one, maybe this one. And on the new layer, here, like that. And any shape you want, it's pretty cool. Let me see, maybe a little bit bigger, like that. And let's see where I made this. I'm not sure about this. Let me just find it. Okay, it's in this group. Is this, and I just want to mask out this part a bit because it's too bright, and also this part. You can see this is just quick and random painting on the skull. And now I will again, let me see here. This is good, this is good, this is good. I will again fast forward this because I'll just add elements like this. It's completely the same procedure. I'm just adding elements here, and that's it. Also, I can go with my regular cloud dust smoke brush and just add a little bit of like smoke here and there. Why not? Just to make it a little bit more fun. And now what I will do, let's go see this. I will lower the intensity, the opacity. I don't want it so much. And also this, let's lower the opacity a bit. And now there is two ways how we can go and make this really cool. So one way is to go and Shift Control Alt or Shift Command Alt on a Mac, right click and convert to smart object. And first go to filter and camera filter. Camera, okay. And here we can play with settings. So we can lower the highlights. We can add clarity and texture and so on and so forth. But here we can go to the color grading option and add a little bit of the blues to the blacks. Okay, but the highlights here, we can play with the highlights. We can add different colors to the highlights here, so you can see, and this inner part can be a little bit brighter, whatever, however you want. This is really cool. Or don't touch it here. If you have, let me show you just in a second. I want to add vignette, so brightness like that, press OK. And if you have this oniric plugin that I highly recommend it for realistic glow effect, you can use that. I will use that because I love it. Or you can create the glow manually. Again, I have a full playlist dedicated to that, you can check it out. And I will use this. So I will click generate and go here and show you really quickly. Let's just make this smaller, and I will see there is a glow going on here. So this is before, this is after. Glow is where every bright part is. We can see the threshold. I can lower the threshold and I can colorize this, and this is cool. And I can make it bright, I can change the color and so on and so forth. So I will leave it here like this and press save. Name this G as a glow, and in a few moments I'll go back into Photoshop and have fun even more. So here in the Photoshop, I will go, this is a glow effect that we created. See, it's a fire, it's crazy, it's amazing, it's amazing. So this is done by my friend Mario. Mario, this is crazy good job. So I will go with here, saturation adjustment layer, clip it to effect only this, and here I will just play with this. See? Similar like in camera, but here we have it with the glow. So this is amazing. This is really, really cool. So see? And we can change to any color we want. This kind of blue is cool, and also the red is cool. And don't mess with the lightness. So what do you think? Should I go with this or should I go with the blue? Let's go with the blue for a start. And also there is another trick now that we did this, that this is on a separate layer, as you can see. We can go back to the camera. This is why it's in a smart object, and I can lower even more the highlights. And now go back and see the highlights are, this is before, this is after. I have some bright highlight here that I can, maybe I like it, maybe I don't, but I can easily reduce it by going on here and just paint over it with the black, like that. Okay, it's better. And also we can go back to the skull, and now with concentration adjustment layer here, we can make the skull. Okay, what I did here, I can make the skull more or less blue. And in this case, I will make it like that. And now that I make the change, another cool thing with this as a smart object, I already applied it, so I can hide everything. And again, Shift Control T or Shift Command Option in a Mac to group everything into one layer. Right click, convert to smart object, and just by holding Alt Option key, just duplicate the same settings for camera here, and that's it. And just go back with the glow, and I can delete this. So it's really cool. If I didn't delete it, this is, let me show you before. See, the skull is less blue, so before and after, but I don't need this, so I will delete it. Okay, so let me show you one more time, before and after, and also here we can go, and this is amazing. We can go and change it to whatever color we want. I really love this variant, but also like this red too. I'm not sure. Let me know down there in the comments which one do you like most from all these crazy versions. Also, let me show you really quickly. Again, I can go right here, put this into linear dodge blending mode, and this is how we create glow without this fancy effect, without this fancy plugin. So I will go with bluish tone like that, and see, I have this. And also I can change to my custom brushes here, and let me go here. So make something like this also. That's really cool. This is really cool. Also, if this blue tone in the background is maybe you don't like it, you can again hide everything from the top here, go to the dark smoke here and make it brighter. Make it whatever you want. Maybe you want less saturated, or maybe you want different color from the back. That's also cool. So this is cool combination too. So maybe you want some kind of reddish or pinkish or orangey or whatever. This is also cool. But I will go with something like this. I will go with something like this. And again, Shift Control T or Shift Command Option E, right click, convert to smart object, and expand this and just move this here. I will delete that one. And again, we have it. We have it. And again, we can here maybe now change to something different, maybe like that. Also, I can make a copy of this and make it even more emphasized and brighter. And yeah, this is really cool. So this is it. And what we can do now, if we want to leave it like this reddish, I'm not sure about that red. Let's go to this tone and copy here and make it crazy, and go to, yeah guys, you can have this is why I love it. You have so many combinations here, and you can make some crazy things here. But also, let's try something. Go to the levels and just go like that. Just go, see, before and after. I'm just narrowing this down. But this is really crazy. And let me see. Also, I can lower the opacity a bit. So that's it. I will go with this. Let's say I really like this. And now what we can do, we can merge again everything together, right click, convert to smart object, go to filter, camera filter, and just do a little bit more here. So we can go to the contrast, we can go to, see, this is cool. go to the highlights a bit, whites, we can play with the whites up, highlights down. We can add more clarity here and more texture if you want. Depends on what kind of effect you want. See, this is really cool. The beauty is that you can really do a lot here. So also if you go here to color grading and go again to the highlights, we can do something a little bit here with the highlights if we want, or the midtones. See, we can change the midtones. Again, really cool, but I don't want to do that. I'm just showing you what is possible. And also you can go right here and add even more vignette, and I want, and maybe detail and sharpen this a bit, and yeah, this is really cool. So press OK. This is before, this is after. I really like this effect. Again, as I already said, there are so many combinations that you can create here with different colors, different shapes of the smoke, but the idea is how to create this really cool magic trail smoke effect. And if you want to learn how to create glow manually in Photoshop without an Lyric plugin, you can watch this playlist right here and learn how to do that in several different ways. Have fun, experiment. See you next week in next fun episode. Bye bye.